Hey, it's Rob.
I'm Debbie.
We're here to show you our new game, Draconis 8. I'm super excited about it. We've got a playthrough video here, and if you have any questions, just feel free to contact us.
We hope you have a lot of fun with it.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right, so in Draconis, you're going to get each pack is going to be a complete 8-card deck, plus a terrain card. On the back of your terrain card, you've got this QR code. At the beginning of the game, you put out randomize a terrain from the 2 packs you're playing with. Put it out on the table, and each player shuffles up their 8-card deck, and then takes a 2-card hand. Then both players look at their hand, and they simultaneously pick a card. You can put it like face down on the table, and then when both players have picked their card, you reveal which cards you played. I played a card with an initiative of 11. Debbie played a card with an initiative of 4, so a speed of 4. So I won the initiative. I'm going to grab one of these yellow beads. This is going to be worth 1 victory point at the end of the game, and I just keep that next to me. I'm going to place my card on the table first. So the good news is I got an extra victory point. The bad news is I have to place before Debbie places. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place so that my 35 stat here is across from this 34. These bigger shields are high ground on the terrain. Anyone can fight the terrain. You can also fight opposing pieces. And the high ground is worth 2 victory points. So since I'm beating the high ground, I'll grab 2 victory points here and place them on the card. These victory points are not final. You don't count them yet. They just put them on the card to show the state of the game. Things will happen during the game that'll move cards around, and any points they're scoring will be recalculated if they move. So now Debbie may place.
And I've never played with Rob before.
His first game with me.
I had the same strategy, so I picked a card that had a high side.
Nice.
40, so that I could beat this 35 high ground and get 2 victory points. Well, what do you call them when they're
they're still victory points, and they go on. They go on your card on the side of
This is good because we're showing player mistakes.
Yeah, that's good. They go on the card that scored the points on the side that scored the points. Okay, so that's the end of round 1. We're going to play 7 rounds, and then count up points, and that's the game. So round 2, we both draw a card. We'll look at our hand, choose a card we want to play. Placing it down once you've chosen it. Now each card has special abilities, and as we play, I'll get into what those do. Okay, and
I was just thinking, what are all my abilities? But we can.
Yeah, and I have the doc here.
Yeah,
if you want. I'll put it by you so you can
find
scroll through.
I have played before. This is my first time playing Rob.
My initiative is 5.
Mine is 10.
Okay, so Debbie, you won You won the initiative. So basically, you get a victory point. So you'll hold that off to the side, and then you get to place your card on the table first.
Okay, and I think is this one if I beat a side by 10?
Yeah. So flight has the little wings on the thing. Also, all the creatures with flight.
Maybe I should put it here
wings.
So that you have a harder side to beat there.
Sure. Yeah. Or yeah. So and
what would you think about that?
Well, so
you can beat it by 10 on either side.
Yeah, and I might suggest choosing the lower number that can beat it by 10 to just have a bigger number elsewhere. Now there are reasons why you might not want to do that because some things slide cards around.
12 on the side. That's
sure.
Who knows where you're gonna.
All right, so basically, flight's special ability is normally you get 1 victory point for beating a regular terrain side. But because of flight, if you win by 10 or more, you score an extra victory point. So you'll drop 2 points on the.
On the flight is the little wings icon.
Yep. And in each set, there'll be a little cheat sheet that shows you it tells you what each icon does. Okay, so you got 2 victory points there. So right now the score is 5 to 3. If you count up all our victory points and other beads in the app, you can see that score as you're playing. All right, so I have this harpy, and I'm going to play her here. So here I'm going to be challenging 2 of Debbie's cards, so we resolve both of these. I've got a 48 versus Debbie's 31, so I'm winning by 10 or more, so I scored the extra points there. Here I had a 6 versus Debbie's.
That's why you wanted me to have the 29, so you could have the low side there.
I honestly I didn't think of it at the moment, so yeah. Sorry about that. So that would have been a reason not to do it that way. So I'm scoring
You
one
set me
victory
up.
point here. So yeah. Now that's round 2. We both
Actually, I put my card back.
both draw a card, and then we can choose one of our cards to play.
Let's see.
So the cards on the table, Debbie's got a card here with Aura. If a card with Aura wins on 2 of its sides, it gets a bonus 2 victory points. So that winning
Which
twice.
one is it?
This
Oh, the
is
little
that
one,
one.
yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
so if that piece can win 2 of its battles, big bonus on victory points. I played this card with Confused. Confused, when you play it, you get to rotate a card that's diagonal from it. There was no targets for that when I played it, so that ability
I
is
have
doing
my
anything.
card.
All right. All right, so then we both reveal. I drew my dragon, so I have a big powerful card, and I have an initiative of 4. Debbie's got initiative 18, wins the initiative, gets up a victory point, and nothing can take away the victory points from initiative. So those are kind of
I'm
nice.
gonna play here.
Okay, nice.
This is another card with aura. So I'm
That's yellow
no.
bead is your
Oh,
victory
yes.
point from. Yep. There you go. So 22 versus my 20 won that fight. All right, so I have your dragon has a bunch of special abilities. All dragons have flight, which means if they win by 10 or more, they score an extra victory point on that side. They all have range, and normal cards with range will have range on 2 of their sides. And if one of these green range arrows is pointing to an opposing card, then it scores a victory point. But dragons have range on all 4 sides, so they're awesome in that way. And they also have an additional special ability. The red dragons have the stomp ability. Stomp, that you can play it on top of another card and slide it over, changing its position. So I'm going to go ahead and play my dragon here on top of Debbie's card, sliding it over. That'll disengage it from any fights it was
Stomping me with your dragon, are you?
Yeah, the dragon comes stomping
Do I have stomp?
Now, the bad news is I did lose this fight that I was engaged in there. Is no longer happening, so I did lose that point. However, I am going to score a point on this side and a point on this side, and I'm scoring a point diagonally. So I got all those points. So that seems
If I play a card here, you'll get another point.
Yeah.
Or here.
Yep. Now that seems really awesome, and it is, but Debbie's got a dragon left in her deck too, and she will guaranteed draw it before the end of the game. So we both have a cool, powerful dragon to play with. All right, Deb.
Wow. No.
So now we both get to draw a card and pick a card we want to play.
Okay, my cards both have fear. So, which is the skull icon. Which I wouldn't normally tell you that, but I'm telling you now because I'm looking at what it does.
Yeah, so fear, when you place it on the table, you're going to get to rotate an enemy card that's next to it. So, like, for example, if you placed it here, you could turn my dragon to any facing you want. So maybe you could make my dragon lose some of these fights. Or maybe you want to rotate, like, my card that's beating this high ground. Or basically, you could decide which piece you'd want to move around. So fear can be quite powerful. Now, these special abilities, we have a formula. It's not public information, but we have a formula, and we charge different amounts of points for the different abilities based on how strong we found them to be in playtesting. So the stats of the card will be weaker overall on cards with powerful abilities, and a little stronger overall on cards with the weaker
And I can
abilities.
rotate it as many times
To any facing you want, any orientation you want.
Let's see. That's not gonna. Okay, if I rotate it that way, then you're beating me still there.
But yeah, like this guy's beating high ground. Oh, that's you. This guy's beating high ground over here, so you could mess with that, for example.
Yeah, I think I'll probably mess with that. So let's see.
Or you could mess with my harpy over here. So one of the things to note is we are in the play. We're building a 4x4 grid. So we've determined this side is now locked. So we're 4 this way. So we could play cards on either one of these sides over here. But as soon as we do, it'll lock up the play area. So I've got a card.
Yeah, I think I want to move to this here because my card here only has a 1 on that side. It'll probably rotate it.
Yeah. So like for example, playing a high initiative fear guy over here and rotating my guy might be a cool move. But you got lots of options.
About 35. I'll do 43 here.
So
I'm gonna play something here, but I'm just trying to figure out how I want to rotate your card.
Yeah, but keep in mind you got to check. We got to see who wins initiative first.
Oh shoot!
So you.
I've taken my turn already.
Yeah, go ahead and place the card that you want to play face down,
Hmm.
and then we reveal. I've got an initiative of 6, and you have initiative of
14.
14. You win. So you got that.
I'm
victory
already
point.
like rotating your card to kill it. Let's see. I think I was gonna do like this.
All right, good move.
It's me at 35 there, but at least you're not beating that one. You're not beating that one at all now. But are you? No. So these two both come off.
Yep.
And I get 1.
All right. All right. So my card has confuse. I can rotate a diagonal enemy. So what I'm going to do is place my spider here. So I'll be winning against your mage there and winning against the terrain. And I'm going to choose this piece to rotate. And I'm going to turn her like so. And that will, so I'll still be winning this fight by more than 10, and I've eliminated that victory there. All right, next round, we each draw.
Commands lets me rotate my own card.
Yeah, so command is really nice. When you play a command card, you can take any one of your own cards that it's next to. It can be orthogonal or diagonally next to it. And you can rotate. Now keep in mind we've played our 4 this way and our 4 this way, so now we know the board space. This is it here. So basically these are the legal play spaces. All right. Playing this one. I have an initiative of 8. All right, so I won my second initiative here. So this guy has Stomp. When you play a card with Stomp, you can move an enemy piece. And let's see here. I am gonna play this guy right here on top of this guy and slide him over there. So that's going to eliminate this fight, and I'll gain 1 victory point there.
All right. Well, I have command, so I was thinking I would put him here somehow to.
Nice. So
when I guess this will be the last one, so I only have to worry about these 2 sides.
So yeah, this area is you're sort of locked in the corner.
So I can rotate this any way I want. So I want to be winning again.
So now the other option, by the way, is you could. Oh no, 48. I was gonna say you could beat that guy, but
beating you.
You'll get your points versus the terrain back.
Yeah, so I always put the beads like here, so I can still see the numbers.
That's fine.
But you like to put them.
Yeah, you can slide them back. That's fine. Totally works. As long as you can tell which side of the card they're on, it totally works. And then you're also beating my spider here.
Right.
All right, great. So now we both draw. Debbie's dragon looks like it's hiding. Must be low in the deck.
I wish I had a stompy dragon.
All right.
Some dragons have stomp.
Yeah, red dragons have, so every color of dragon, you're looking at you don't need to know this, you're looking at the card to be able to read the, just read the icons and tell, but every color of dragon has a different effect. Red dragons have stomp, so they can move stuff over. Blue dragons have aura, so if they win on 2 sides, they get extra points. Green dragons have confuse. Black dragons have fear. Every color has a matching ability. All right.
So can you tell me, as a competitive card gamer, when
Yeah.
it's your turn, how do you think about which card you should play
So basically,
and what orientation? I just want to understand your mentality.
Sure,
That
so,
helps me play better.
so you want to maximize the points you're scoring. Thinking about if you can play a piece in a corner, so and beat 2 sides. So for example, let's say you could play a piece here, and you could beat my dragon and this guy. Those corner pieces, those corner situations are opportunity to score multiple points. If you can get in one of those powerful special abilities like confuse or fear or stomp, where you're messing with opponents' pieces, or command, where you're correcting a bad situation for you, that can be really important. Generally speaking, early in the game, I like to go second if I've got an ability that messes with an opponent, like fear or stomp, so I see what they do and then I can mess with it. But later in the game, sometimes it's important to go first to grab an opportunity on the board before it goes away.
And would you recommend placing around the terrain at the beginning?
Generally speaking,
once the first card is placed around the terrain.
Yeah, I mean, it's grabbing, like grabbing high ground so your opponent can't get it is, can be useful. But the game is very fluid, so basically playing around what your opponent's doing can be a really big, big part of the game as well.
I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I am as well.
I listened to your strategy and I picked my card.
All right. And then I've got initiative of 9.
I have 7. Oh.
All right. So I'm going to be able to go first. And I am going to go. Let's see here. I have a piece that has command.
Now, can I keep my card in my hand, or do I have to keep it down?
It's on the table, so I technically know.
You technically can ask me to show it to you.
Yeah, I technically know what's coming. Let's see here. I'm gonna place, let's say here, and I am gonna rotate this piece, and I'm gonna turn her. Let's see, so if I beat the high ground, I'm going to turn her like that. So that's going to allow me to win this fight over here. So the blue one goes away. We get a red one here. And oh yeah, that's my piece. So I'm not scoring any points there. So, okay. So
I'm trying to see the best way.
As a dragon, so they are powerful. They can score a lot of points. Keep in mind it has flight, so if you win by more than 10, you're going to get that bonus. So yeah, 10 or more, so that 25 versus 15 is great.
Can I get that on 2 sides?
You sure can.
Oh, good. Okay, so I'll go here. I'll lose. Is this your card or my card?
So that one's mine, and you can tell because I'm scoring a point here against you.
Okay.
All right, that is a great placement. So you're going to be getting.
So this will be 2 points for this one.
2 points hitting by 10 there. 2 points here hitting by 10 there.
And then the range doesn't win.
Range does affect terrain. So here and here, you're shooting up against pieces that aren't yours, and you got aura. So you've won on 2 sides, so you're going to be getting 2 bonus victory points. One more. Yep. 2. Yeah, right in the middle, basically. So so this dragon is scoring 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points on its own. Crazy. All right.
So I just want to comment on the range, because when I was playing this without Rob, I was wondering, when I get the points for range, am I battling like this stat against this stat, or how that works? But it's just if you have any card diagonal, you win that point in range. It has to be terrain or the opponent's card, not your own card.
Yeah, basically you don't score points versus your own card. So for example, that card's yours. So you're not getting any points versus it. But
if you play a card here, I'll get another point.
Exactly. Okay, so now we each draw.
And this is our last turn.
This is our last turn.
When you have 2 cards in your hand, that is your last turn.
All right. And we're running lower on available spaces, so this is a scenario where initiative is becoming more important. All right, I have an initiative of 14.
2.
Okay.
I just didn't listen to your advice.
No, I mean it's fine. So
I wanted to play this guy.
All right, so she's got this ogre. She's got stomp, so I can play it on top. Play this on top of another card and move it over. I could move your dragon, although I think that's got to be worth it because it's scoring so many points. It's still The bad news for me is while I can move your dragon, its 50 is going to be facing whatever side I push it to, so it's still gonna beat me up. But I think it's still worth it, even though this card is going to lose this fight. So I'm gonna stomp this here, and it's gonna slide over. All right, so these points go away and we recalculate it. Now, I'm losing. I engage the fight, but I'm losing it, and by more than 10. So you're going to get those 2 points there. You are range attacking my dragon. My dragon is range attacking you, so we both score a point there. Mm-hmm. And you're getting a range attack on this guy. So I've. While I didn't score any points with this guy, I took a lot of points away from you with that one. And then you have the final placement.
And this is my own card, so I'm not beating that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just looking around here. This is my last card, so.
Okay.
I was keeping in case I needed to rotate something.
Yeah, well, this one
rotate an enemy,
you can
right?
this guy you could rotate, but he's not doing anything anyway. So. So that one looks like a great move.
So right now, he's beating me on that side. Is it
right.
by more than 10? Is that why he has?
Yes. Yeah, that's why. So yeah.
All right. So I will place this guy here, and I'm gonna rotate you. He has fear. He has the skull icon,
which allows you to rotate my piece.
So I will. This is yourself, so it doesn't matter. So
yeah.
This one, it doesn't matter how much I beat you by, right?
Yeah. So you guys don't have flight. So, but
right,
you.
And then I'm beating you here.
You changed the scenario where I was winning into one where you're winning, and what's really going to be awesome is your mage over here. She is kicking some total butt here now. Yeah, so she's going to win on this side as well, and that will trigger her aura ability. Giving you 2 bonus victory points. So that was a really big final move.
All right. Took away all my dragon points.
Yeah. So then, we forgot our. We forgot our final initiative scores there. So I won that last initiative. So that was first step. All right. So we count up our points.
6, 10, 13. 10 beads and 3 initiative.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you won. So you just add up the beads of your color with the yellow initiative beads that you grabbed during the course of the game, and the higher score wins. Nice game.
Good game.
Good game. Yeah. So you can see how like these movements can do really big things.
That
like
dragon was doing amazing, and this was a good move at the end too.
Yeah, like being able to getting your aura to trigger that took away 2 points from me, added 3 points to you. So that was a really big point swing.
I think we covered all the big.
That's the basics, abilities. But if you have any questions, feel free to message us.
If there is a tie at the end.
Oh, if you have a tie,
it did happen to me once.
So that tie set definitely happened, and the tiebreaker is the biggest strength, the combat stat, on the edge of the card on the table. I believe in this game, the biggest one we have is the 50 on your blue dragon. So, yeah, I don't think I have anything that big. So if we had tied, you would have won the tiebreaker.
Okay.
And also, when you play 2 cards, if they happen to have the same initiative, same thing. Biggest stat on the card wins initiative. And if the biggest one is tied, you go to the next biggest and the next biggest. Eventually that tie will get broken.
And we happen to be playing on a play mat, but you don't need to. I didn't play on a play mat when I played before this.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you.